Hey, welcome back BK crew. This is part 2 of our 3-part series on deer resistant plants. So on this one, we are gonna tackle sun perennials. We wanna get a lot of color, we wanna get a lot of pop, and we want the deer to stop eating our stuff. I'm gonna save you some time and money now. Hey, I'm professional landscape designer and installer, Bobby K. I'm a proud St. Louisan who's been in the landscape industry for well over 20 years. After installing just about every kind of landscape project you can think of, I now design for people all over the world. I believe that true fulfillment comes from giving back, so this channel is dedicated to you. I'm going to teach you all kinds of landscape design tips and tricks for any space, what to do and not to do, and I want you to come out of every single video with the confidence to be able to tackle any landscape project. This is How to Landscape with Bobby K. We are back at Greenscape Gardens, and in this video we're going to give you out 5 tips that are going to help you save time and money when it comes to sun perennials. Tip number 1, get to know your space. So when observing your space, you want to pay attention to the sun shade element. Right here is a very sunny spot. Looks kind of shady now, but it gets absolutely blasted. The second part is, when you're coming over, you want to assess the soil. Is it dry? Is it wet? Like, is it going to retain water? Like, what's going on with this? If you want to get deeper into your soil, you can always do a pH test, and I'll put a link in the description below on something that you can do yourself. And if you really want to get technical, you can send off a soil sample to a university. It's like 20 bucks, you guys. I'll also put that in the link below, so you're welcome. Tip number 2 to save you some time and money is make sure when you are picking your plants that you pick something that is going to bloom in the spring, summer, and fall. So you don't plant something really nice for the spring and all of a sudden it just looks like nothing in the summertime. Second part is you want to pick things that are aromatic, and what I mean by that is something that gives off a scent is always good because the deer don't tend to like that. So these are a lot of really cool perennials that we like to pick out. You got hyssop, salvia, sage, black-eyed Susan, all great choices for this. When you are putting everything in, make sure you pay attention to the height that these bad boys are going to get to, the spacing, and make sure it doesn't get too crowded. And if you want that wild native look, of course you can do that, but I recommend paying attention to the tags that are on there. They're there to help you guys, so there you go. Hey, if you're getting value out of this, consider subscribing and hit that like button, and by all means, shop here at Greenscape. They're awesome. Tip number 3, I want to talk about a focal point. Not everything has to be about the sun perennials. So when we're planting those sun perennials, it's nice to have something that we can go around, a focal point. A nice decorative pot, a cool boulder. You can have a water feature like a bubbling boulder or a fountain. It could be a cool tree, a cool bush, or it could be something as simple as a hedge that you're going to plant in front of. All right, tip number 4 is about soil. We want to check it out and see what we're working with and decide what kind of perennials that we can put in that soil. So when you're looking at it, is it dry and rocky, or is it more wet and seems to hold water? Those are really important because some perennials are going to do well in the dry and some are going to do well in more of a wet. Another great power tip for you is if you want to enrich that soil, add a bag of compost. Normally these bad boys are on sale for $1 million. On sale here at Greenscape for $5.99. All right, we're here for the final tip. Tip number 5, we're gonna talk about the planting. I'm here with Scotty Too Hottie. He's an ex-bullfighter and he put down his muleta and he's gonna help us some planting today. Let's go. We're gonna take a look at the size of the container. What you wanna do is you wanna dig a hole that is, I'd say 2 to 3 inches bigger than the size of the container so that you can pack around that with compost, topsoil, whatever kind of soil that you want so that the plant has the best opportunity to flourish. One thing that I want you to pay attention to are the roots. The roots need room to grow, breathe, do whatever. So you can either scuff this up or you can kind of break off some of the bottom and just make sure this is nice and loose. You're gonna put this guy in here, then we're gonna take some of our black gold compost, topsoil, whatever you want, pack around here. And then the final part is when you're packing, you don't want to pack too tight to the point where all of a sudden the roots can't move and breathe. That's about all you do. I mean, it's planting, it's pretty simple. All right, we just gave you 5 tips to help you with the sun perennial garden that's deer resistant. If you got value out of this, consider subscribing and hit the alarm bell because we got part 3 coming out, which is gonna help you with perennials for a shady area, which is the hardest thing. And the hardest part about that is how do you get color? We're gonna help you tackle that one too. I'm gonna leave you with a beautiful deer resistant sun perennial garden, and we'll see you on the next one. It's recording right now?
Yeah.
Here at Greenscape oh, gee.
No, just trust. I'm gonna get.
I'm
okay,
all
just
nervous.
trust.
I'm gonna focus on Sun Perennials. This gimbal's for the birds.
Okay, then we can do it. You're still in the frame.
In this video,
deep breath. Whoosah. Think about what you want to say first. Get it in your head.
Right?
No rush.
Anger management, it was this movie. Don't worry about it.